All right, welcome everybody. If you can go ahead and mute yourselves unless you have a question, that would be awesome. That way we won't have all that background noise. On our end is for this recording for anyone who couldn't make it tonight. My name is Marsha Smrcka. I am a 6-star Diamond Coach with BeachBody. I've been coaching for, it'll be 3 years in August. So I'm just really honored to be training you guys tonight and talking tonight. We also have Amy Beyer on the call tonight who's going to be taking a topic, and she is a Diamond Coach on Team Fit Formation. Thanks, Amy. We have Tammy Bowe, who is also a Diamond Coach, and we have Becker, who is also a Diamond Coach. So I'm really excited to have you guys learn from our leaders tonight, and just happy that you're here making time for this call and to learn from all of us. So our first topic up is your coming out posts and invites. And I know some of you are brand spanking new on this call, so this will be perfect. You know, how do you present, what you're doing to your followers, your friends on Facebook, and how do you invite into that? So I'm going to hand things over to Amy, who is going to talk on that topic for us. Right, Amy? You are muted. Are you not doing that one?
No, that's not me. Oh. That wasn't my topic. That's Becker.
Oh, is it Tammy? I'm sorry. Tammy. That's right.
Hi. My name's Tammy. So I guess a little bit about the coming out. I guess for me, it was great to have Marsha introduce me, starting it off. She tagged me in a post and said, I'm a new Beachbody coach and excited to have me as part of the team. So that was a great way to get things started and get things out in the open. It made people take a little bit of notice. And then from there, I just started posting about like why I was doing Beachbody and what it was helping me with and helping my family with. So I guess just plugging it in and putting it like what was happening with my life and what I was doing with Beachbody. I don't really.
Can I stop you for a second, Tammy? So yes, as you please. Guys, as leaders on this team and as new coaches, as you grow your own teams, think about how you want to give your own coaches a shout out. I know you're just starting yourselves, but I strategically do those posts, those recognition posts, like on a Sunday night or a Monday night. I save them until a time when I know a lot of people are going to be on Facebook and a lot of eyes will be on it. So then I might write up a nice descriptive text with it explaining really what we do, and maybe if I know their why, like why they decided to join my team, I will put that in there. So that, because a lot of people really have no idea what Beachbody is or that there's a coaching opportunity. I know I was totally clueless. I wasn't even on Facebook, like I was saying to Teresa before the call. So people who really have no idea what we do or what Beachbody is, you can kind of, as a sponsor coach, kind of lay the foundation for any of your new coaches' followers, and then think about timing when you're going to post that. So that way it's kind of, opens the door for your new coach to really kind of take control then after that point. So then Tammy, the other things that you really did is, and you still do on your posts, is talk about like why you work out every day, why you coach, which I think you do a really good job of that. And then can you talk a little bit about like how you bridge the gap between what you post on your timeline and then how you relate that into like your private messages with people? Do you pay attention to like who's liking and commenting on your posts and then as indication of—
I do, yeah. So a big one for me was when I did the transformation, or anytime I get likes, I go back to who's liked my page, who's commented on my page or post, and then I follow up with them in a private message and say, hey, thanks for the support and love. I appreciate you liking my post. It really means a lot to me. Just wanted to let you know if it was a post about a challenge group or things that I've done in private groups, things that I've benefited from with private groups, I'll reach out and let them know like, oh, I have this challenge group coming up. And I don't say challenge group because a lot of times people don't understand what that is. I call it the support and accountability group just because it sounds more connected, or I let them know that it's a team of women that are working together to achieve a common goal of changing their lifestyle or learning healthy recipes. It's all about teamwork and empowering each other. Also with inviting, I started off too with more of my warm market and people that I was comfortable with. My mom was a big person that wanted to try it anyway, so that was a good one for me. It was easy for me. And I really wanted to focus on Success Club, which they're going to talk about. And they had said 1 in every 10 people are going to take a hold of your message. And so I really plugged in and I invited at least 30 people every month to make sure that I was reaching those goals. And I would tell them in my invites, my stories. So like sometimes if I was just reaching out to my warm market to let them know like, hey, I just started health coaching and this is a new thing for me, but I wanted to learn more about my own health and fitness, and told them how I was feeling, down, depressed. I wasn't doing anything physically for myself or nutrition wise, and how it's changed for me and how I now have energy. I can sleep at night, and let them know how I'm feeling. Like I'm not perfect. I felt like crap, and I'm at probably where they're at right now. And so I've had a lot of people relate to me with that too.
Yep, and that's a really good point. Just try to make yourself relatable and be real. Not every post on your timeline, should be, join my challenge group. You really want to, continue posting about your whole life, things that are important to you. And then, add value always, with every post. You don't just post to post. And that was one thing that was, as a new coach, I'd never used Facebook before. I didn't really know what is typical, of things people post about. But when I was like on Pinterest or looking for things that I was interested in, those were the things that I was sharing. Like, I remember I got a lot of interest on like, what is chia? I had no idea what chia was. So I'm like, well, maybe other people don't know either, like how to use it in your cooking. So I would do that. Or what's quinoa? Like most people in Loyal, Wisconsin had no idea what quinoa was or couscous or how to even use it. So, I educated myself and then shared what I was learning with my followers to gain interest. So those were kind of like, you call it your jabs. So value, their motivational posts, those are kind of like your jabs to get people following you, be interesting. So people are wondering what you're up to. So they go to your timeline and see what you're doing. And then your hook is your invite, to the challenge group. But you always have to, be doing the things behind the scenes. Your private messages are where you're going to get 99.9% of your challengers from. I never relied on my timeline posts to get my challenge group full of customers. And looking back in my timeline from 2013 when I started coaching, I had very few likes or comments on any of my posts, no matter what they were. And I was like, well, people are they really, seeing this or what's going on? And I guess being new to Facebook was maybe a blessing in disguise because I didn't know any better. I thought maybe that was normal. So don't ever give up on yourself or think it's a bad post just because nobody's liking it or commenting. Because kind of what I learned just throughout being consistent is that people really were seeing it. They just weren't liking it. So, just as long as you're always adding value and things that you feel will educate or, be entertaining to somebody else, then, you're doing something right. So does anyone have any questions about how to come up with a coming out post? Maybe specifically, what do you say? How do you say it? Who has not done one yet? Can I get a show of hands? Okay, so we have a few. Molly, Yale, and Teresa. I see your hand. I can't see your face, but I see your hand. All right, so in my coming out post, I pretty much when I joined Facebook, I did have 60 friends, but that was from 10 years ago, and my husband forced me to open up a Facebook account because he thought it would be the best thing ever. And I did it. I thought it was the dumbest thing ever. I never went out and began. So when I figured out what my password was 10 years later, still don't know how it's this day. I remembered what it was 10 years later. I had 60 friends that I hadn't talked to in 10 years. So it was really easy for me. I just went through every single friend, 60 people, and gave them an invite and basically just said, hey, how you doing? And I looked at their timeline first and saw what they were up to. I would try to break the bridge a little bit and comment something about something that I noticed on their timeline or something that we had in common to kind of break the ice. And then I would say, I don't know if you, know this or have been following my posts, but I just recently joined BeachBody as a health and fitness coach. And what I do is I run online accountability groups. I would never use the word challenge groups either. Like Tammy said, I had no idea what challenge groups was. I didn't think other people would know either. So I always use dumb it down. So I said fitness accountability groups. And they're a lot of fun, and we do a lot of recipe sharing. I talked about the part that I loved the most about the groups. not necessarily that it was to lose weight. My goal with coaching was more for the business. So I don't have a huge physical transformation. So I just talked about the things that I loved the most about the group, which was the community. It was fun. I loved sharing recipes. And I don't know if this is something that you'd be interested in doing or not, or learning more about, but I just wanted to let you know in case you wanted to find out more about it. And then I kind of left it at that. And then with consistency, people seeing my posts, most of the time, people who I have talked to and connected with would come back when they're ready, when timing is right for them to join into my group. So, I never got caught up on what their answer was, if it was going to be yes or no. You're going to get no's, okay? And it's okay. It just means that they're not ready. They have to be, just ready themselves to make change and to embrace that, for them to be a good challenger anyway. And, I've worked with people who tell me they're ready and they never join. And then they tell me they're ready and they don't. And they, it's like those people would be a nightmare for a customer. And it's okay that they don't want to join, because they will when they're ready. All right. So don't ever get worried about yes or no. You're just creating awareness that it's there for them if they're ready or when they're ready. So I always followed up with the private messages. And that's where I did the majority of my work, was behind the scenes in those private messages. So does that help? And then you want to do a picture of yourself too, because something that's going to stop people from scrolling their newsfeed. So if you can take a nice picture of yourself and just, how you feel about coaching, like super excited, yay! You can use Spotify and do some kind of fun, filter and text overlay if you want. Does that answer you guys' questions about how to kind of present it? And then you just keep talking about it, with all your posts. You don't have to go into some huge long thing. You're going to be sprinkling breadcrumbing information about why you coach, throughout your posts. So, okay. If you guys have questions, raise your hand. If not, we'll move on. No? Okay. All right, Amy, you're up next. Thank you, Tammy.
All right. So I was asked to talk about our power hour and everything like that. And the power hour might seem overwhelming to set aside one whole hour a day, because we all have very busy lives, and I know it's really hard even for me to set aside 60 whole minutes. So I actually break it down, and that makes it easier for me. And if you think about it, there's a lot that you can accomplish even in just 15 minutes. So I do there's 3 vital behaviors that we're supposed to do in that power hour. And it's personal development, which is, reading one of our uplifting books that we have on our list of personal development to listen to or read. I listen to audio books on the way to work and then on the way home. So that helps me get my personal development in. I also then take some time, maybe like this weekend, I was able to sit on the deck, yay, because it was nice outside, and actually, read a book instead of listening to one for a change. So that was nice. But even just 15 minutes at a time, breaking that, whatever you need to get done works. So we have personal development. Another one is invite. So we just talked about posts. Another way of inviting is just through a personal message. So however you want to invite, it can be done through a friend request. It can be done by messaging somebody, just a non-BeachBody related even. Just, you're forming that relationship with them. And Facebook's not our only option. You can also use Instagram. So that's a new way of, breaking out of the mold and reaching people in a new types of social media. Because I know we're all familiar with Instagram, but it's usually just for posting pictures. But there's a way to connect now and message people on Instagram. So that's a nice way of, branching out and trying to reach new people that way. Also inviting people to your challenge group, not just to like you as a person, and maybe if you have a like page, which, once you get going, it's really nice to have a separate like page to talk, more about you as a coach, what things that you're interested in as being a coach. Mine is kind of all over the place. So right now I have random themes throughout the week. So like I have Motivational Monday and I have Tasty Tuesday and stuff like that. But I really haven't found my niche as being a coach yet. So until I do, I'm just going to go with my, daily themes until I do. But if you have something that you really want to connect with people on a personal level, whether it's being a mom and, or it's, you have a child that has special, eating habits or allergies or just something personal to you, if that's how you want to relate to others as a personal coach, or maybe your specific why is how you want to, let the world know who you are as a coach. But, it's inviting them to like your like page. That's another way of connecting with people. So all of these things can be done in that power hour. So it's not just about doing your personal development. It's not just about inviting, but it's also being proof of the product too. So in these posts that you talk about either on your like page or your personal page, talk about why you like Shakeology, because a lot of people hear it, but they don't know really what it's doing for you. They've heard about it, but they want to know what it's doing for you, maybe what it's doing for others, what's actually in it. How does it taste? These are all questions that come up. Also about the workouts. Talk about the workouts that you're doing. So we're all doing them. Obviously we all have these goals that we want to reach. And so we just have to be proof of the product that these workouts are good and they're quick and they're effective. And talk about how your challenge groups are going, because that's another way to, just promote the product, yourself, and that all of this does work. Another thing that you need to do in this power hour is keep track of everything you're doing also. I'm not always the most super organized, and unfortunately, even though I'm so technologically savvy that some people think I am, I can't keep track of all that stuff online. For some reason, I'm still a pen and paper girl. So I have this lovely, book. It's a calendar book. And then every single day I write down the names of the people that I invite to a challenge group, or the people that I friend, or the people I follow up with. And I put little dots or stars or check marks next to what I've done to them. And I have my own legend in my head. Nobody else could ever read mine and understand what I've done to these people. But that's how I keep track. So you have to find a way that works for you, whether it's an Excel spreadsheet, or it's, a PowerPoint presentation, or a Word document, or pen and paper. So it's really important during that power hour just to keep track of everything also. And like I said, just
one thing when I started
done in the 60 minutes.
Oh, okay.
What?
When I first started coaching, I used the BAT religiously, the business activity tracker that is in your Coach Online office under training. So that is one thing that I really encourage you highly to do, because when you sit down to work your business, you would literally have a checks system. You go down the list of what you're going to do each day. The other thing that I would really, really highly recommend you guys doing, you may have seen us talking about this in the Fit Formation page, is Team Z. They didn't have this when I was a new coach, and it's only been around for 2 or 3 months. But I can tell you, I can already tell it's made a huge difference in my business since I started implementing it. And it's so no-brainer. It literally goes through, and tells you what to do every day. So, and you can set your goals too based on your income, which is really cool. So when you first set it up, it's teamzy.com. It's free for 30 days for your first 30 days as a trial. And you can go in and say what your income goals are, and it'll break down exactly how many connections you need to make every day to achieve your goal, which is really, really cool. It was created by a BeachBody coach. So you can upload all of your contacts in there, like from your Facebook, from your Coach Online office. And then every day you're looking to add more connections. So new followers to your Facebook page, so they call it prospects. You want to connect with X number of customers every day, X number of coaches every day, and then how many invites you're going to be doing a day. And then what it'll do, you'll rank each person, which doesn't take a whole lot of time, but you'll rank them on priority. So if it's someone that you are already working with as a customer, and let's say they have given you referrals, they're just a really satisfied customer, really love the results, they're really actively engaged in your groups, you would rate them a 5. That's the highest setting. If there's somebody, like let's say I have a coach on my team who signed up their husband, all right, that would be a 1, because I'm not really going to connect with him. He's not, I know I have no relationship with him, so I would rate him a 1. And then what Team Z does is it goes through and automatically lists the people that you should be contacting every single day. So when I work my power hour, I log into Team Z and I just go through adding contacts, and that I do that in the morning right away. I go and friend request a whole bunch of people. So then at the end of the day, when I work my power hour, I go back to that prospects and then add all of my new contacts in. All right. And then the next one is sending a message to current customers or previous customers, and then sending a message to coaches, and then making sure that I'm doing my number of invites every day that I want to be doing. So it just makes it really simplified. And then the next day you log in, and then you'll have the coaches and the customers right there for you to connect with. And then from there, would it help you guys to see a screen share of this so you know what it looks like? Okay, I'm going to do that. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't signed up for it yet myself either. I've been slacking. It's hard for me to break away from the pen and paper.
Okay, can you guys see it?
Not yet.
Did it come up?
Nope.
All right, I don't know where you guys went. I just lost you. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I don't know where you guys went. Can you still see me?
Yeah, that's all we see is your pretty face.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't know what is going on. I can't even find my Zoom. Where did it go? Well, so much for that idea. Crap. Okay, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screen share of it and put it in our team page. How about that idea?
There we go. That works.
But you can literally, so while I'm looking at it here, and you guys are not seeing this, you just click over to prospects, customers.
Oh, wait a minute. It said that you just started sharing your screen. So hold on a second.
Now I can see you guys at least.
Well, that's good.
Okay, what do you guys see?
Okay, now we see it.
Okay, yay! Okay, so you can see I have not worked my power hour yet today. It's Sunday. I usually don't do mine until the evening. So who's up next? Sally, Katie, Pam, Lynn, and Diana. All right, so those are my customers that I'm going to.
Marsha, I see your desktop.
Oh, you guys don't see my Teamsy?
No, yeah, I just see your desktop.
Oh, man. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Now I am having the same issues I did the other night, and I can't get us back. Oh, God. Okay, I think I need to do a practice Zoom with myself and figure out how to get back. All right, I'm sorry. I'm just going to walk you through it, and then I'll try to get some pictures up in our page. The other thing that I really love about this, so as I click on my customers, so their names are listed. I will go, I'll connect, and then I'm going to select the type. So from there, it can be a text, it can be Instagram, it can be a Facebook message, email, phone call, personal note, in person. Okay, so I'm going to click which type of connection I'm going to make with that person. People who are not on my Facebook, so like as you build your business and you get customer leads from BeachBody, some of those people are not on my Facebook page. So then I would send them an email. So I really love it. You know, before I maybe wouldn't have even contacted those people because they're not on Facebook. So this kind of forces me to still connect and contact my leads. All right. So then there's a spot for the message that I'm sending them. And then there's a follow-up. Either I can select when I want to follow them up with, or it's going to go to default and then complete. So then I can see the details for that particular person. I can search them, and then I can look up the details and see when I last contacted them, what the message was that I sent, if I ever need to look back. All right. And then I can also, there's a spot for notes. And then also when you invite people, there's the type of invite. It could be to a free group, it could be to your challenge group, or it could be to your coaching opportunity. So you have the option to put in how you invited or what you invited those people to. All right, and then it tallies all of those things. So your invites, your coach connections, your customer connections, and your prospects for the whole day. And then the new day starts, everything is at 0 again. Okay. So it's really, really slick. I really suggest, highly encourage you guys to do it. So I mentioned it's free for the first 30 days. And then after that, it's $29.99 a month, which I know as a brand new coach, it's hard to think about investing back in your business. I remember being there where it's like, man, I really didn't have any money. That's why I was coaching. It was for money. I didn't want to make my business cost me money. You can get a $5 discount with another coach's email referral. So if you don't have one, if your upline isn't on Team Z, I'd be happy to give you my email address, and then you get a $5 a month discount. So it's $24.99 a month. But it's to me, it is definitely worth the investment in your business. Think of it as like, half of the commission that you earn on one challenge pack is paying for that. And hopefully it'll keep you on track. You'll be connecting with more people and have more customers. So, in a matter of a few months or even a month, that $25 you're not going to miss in your business. It's an investment back, and it's a tax deduction. So for me, like I said, it's well worth the investment. All right. So any questions about Power Hour? The main thing is you want to track, use the business activity tracker, use Team Z, have some sort of system where you're tracking your business activities. Find one that works for you and stick with it. But the things that you want to focus on are how many people you're adding to your network every day, how many invites you're doing, how many people you're connecting with. All right.
Quick question.
Yeah.
For Power Hour, I don't know if I should get close or not, or if you can hear me. Does it matter when the Power Hour is, if it's morning, afternoon, evening?
No. Not at all. Some people do it throughout the day. So when I started, I had a 1-year-old. I had 4 kids under the age of 7. My youngest was 1. And, even though I was staying at home, I was not able to really give myself a full hour to devote to a Power Hour. So I got up early, and that's when I did my workout. I ran. And then I would get the kids on the bus. And then I didn't work really until my baby took her morning nap. So then I would get on, and I still would shoot out all of my friend requests earlier in the day, if I could, because I found that a lot of people were on Facebook at times that I never thought they would be. So early mornings are one of them. Because I wasn't on Facebook before, so I didn't really know what to expect. But a lot of people are on Facebook, 6 before work, like 6 o'clock. I don't know if they're just waking up and then they check Facebook before they get out of bed. I don't know. So I found that was a really good time to shoot off friend requests. And then I could track them because my goal is 10 people or more every single day. So then as the day went on, as I started seeing them come in that people were accepting, then I could go back and track them as new contacts and send them a welcome message, basically. So I just thanked them for accepting my friend request and introduced them to me a little bit. And then so when she would wake up, then I would spend time with my daughter again until her afternoon nap. And then I would do a little bit more work then. And then when the kids would get home from school, from 3:30, 4 o'clock on, I don't work until they go to bed again at night. So then that was another surprising thing. Like I was having conversations with people like 1, sometimes 2 in the morning. I'm like, God, don't you people have work? Like I can be up all night. I can sleep in the morning, but don't you have work? But you know what? When I was starting, I was so fired up. Like I wanted to help more people than I did the month before. And I really let that fuel. I mean, that's what kept me awake. Like just the excitement and the energy of, having this new business and helping all these people. If I wouldn't have kind of fed off of that energy, I don't know if I would have had enough energy to stay up that late, but I did.
Can I add something too? So I work full time. So getting up early and getting my son ready for school and stuff like that. That's why I do my personal development in the car to and from work. At work, we are allowed to take a few minute breaks, by law, if you're an hourly employee, you're supposed to take 15-minute breaks and stuff like that. And so sometimes I take one of those 15-minute breaks, and that's when I send out a bunch of my invites. Or, that's when I do one of my posts for my challenge groups. I actually do my posting about groups and on my page and my like page at night. That's when more people actually have time to play on Facebook too. But I send out my invites during the day because they're probably taking their little break from work, or they're, eating their lunch and playing on their phone. And so sometimes at lunch is when I'll send out some of my others. So I don't ever have a true power hour. Maybe on a Saturday or Sunday I do, but I split it up every day, when I have those few minutes here and there, because that's really the only way that I can get it all in.
Yeah,
anybody else with time, that might help you.
Yeah, I mean, or doing it at night, like 9 o'clock at night. I really feel like when I sit down and do that Team Z, it's kind of fun. It makes your power hour really fun. Like, okay, how long can I get through how fast can I get through all of my things? and it's kind of like a game with yourself to see how fast you can do it, because it really doesn't have to take a lot of time, because you're literally copying and pasting a lot of the same messages, just tweaking them a little bit to who you're talking to. So I think that it saves me time when I try to do it all in one shot, where I have no distractions. And, like, don't scroll Facebook. That's going to suck your time, so just really go in with focus and intent, get rid of the distractions, and it really doesn't take that long. Okay, good question though. Anyone else have a question about the Power Hour? Or anyone else have tips that they want to share that has helped you with your Power Hour? No? Okay. What's next? All right. What is Success Club and why is this important? All right. Success Club is really the kind of the foundation for your business. Looking back, when I started coaching, I was told that as long as I hit Success Club every month, I will be successful. So I really took that to heart and like, well, okay, my sponsor coach is telling me this, then it must be really true, because I didn't know any better. So I did make that non-negotiable in my business, and I have never missed a month of Success Club. Starting out as a new coach, I was not only getting myself to Success Club, but I was building my husband's account, and I got him to Success Club also. So what that means is you're helping new customers every single month with either a challenge pack or a order of Shakeology Home Direct. So with Shakeology Home Direct, you get 1 Success Club point. With a challenge pack, you get 2 Success Club points. And that can be whether they enroll as a coach or a customer, it doesn't matter. You still get those either 1 or 2 points. Okay, let's see. What else do I want to talk about that? As a brand new coach, so you ladies who are just on, just brand new coaches, when you hit Success Club in your first 3 months as coach consecutively, you qualify for Success Starters, and that will earn you your free ticket to Summit next year. So that was one thing that it was important to me to be qualifying for Success Starters. Is it your first or second month? You also get a phone call from Carl Deichler. And I was really intimidated by that. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be on a phone call with the CEO of BeachBody. I was like, no way, I don't want to do that. What's he going to ask me? But your end is muted. So he's on the other end. You just listen. So if you're like me and was totally afraid to get on the phone call with Carl, you rest assured, you're no pressure. Success Club is a monthly reward system that BeachBody puts in place. It goes from the first of the month through the very last day of the month at 11:59 Eastern. So those of us who are in Central Time Zone, it's 10:59. Okay. So if you're one of those coaches who are going to wait till the very last minute, make sure that it's Eastern time when the cutoff is. Okay. So the first of the month to the end, the last day of the month, and then it starts at 0. Everybody starts at 0 on the first of the month. Okay. So there are 2 different clubs that you can be in, Success Club 5 and Success Club 10. So the difference between those is for Success Club 5, you would have between 5 and 9 points, and Success Club 10, you would have anything over 10. All right. So the difference between that is for someone who is an Emerald coach, which we're going to get to. I think Ashley's going to talk about that possibly. As an Emerald coach, and you earning Success Club, the following month, you get BeachBody leads. You earn BeachBody leads. So that's anybody who calls off of the infomercial or orders off of the general BeachBody website. They are given a free, randomly assigned BeachBody coach. So we get those people to connect with to help get into our challenge groups. When you earn Success Club 5, you get up to 5 BeachBody leads the following month. When you earn Success Club 10, you earn 10 BeachBody leads the following month. Right. So once I finally understood what that meant for me and how I wanted to work my business, because I wanted to work my business really aggressively. I had, income goals that I wanted to accomplish. I wanted to just really help as many people as I could. So when I got myself to Success Club 10 or more, then I would turn around and build my husband to Success Club 10 so that the following month I wasn't capped at 10 leads. I was getting up to 20 leads between his account and my account. So it was really a way for me to accelerate how many customers I was bringing into my organization and how many people that I was helping and reaching. So I guess that's why I did that. So let's see. Anything else I want to say about that? All right. So another important thing to note As far as getting BeachBody leads, you have to have your profile complete on your Team BeachBody website. So this is really important. You might see like I think when I joined anyway, it was like a dial. I was like 30% complete, 60% complete. Is that still the same? Those of you who did this recently, new coaches? It tells you like what percent you have complete in your profile. So you just want to make sure that it's complete. And then also that you are on Home Direct yourself. So you need to have 90 HD or 90 PD coming in, point volume for Home Direct. So most coaches are using Shakeology, so that takes care of that. So no worries. But if you're working with someone who's maybe allergic to an ingredient in Shakeology, it has to be just a combined total point volume of 90 point volume or greater on Home Direct. So that could be like the P90X bars. It could be any of the performance line supplements. It could be like I love the Derm exclusive skincare line, and I have that on Home Direct to keep one of my coaches active, a family member. So you could do that as well. Let's see, in your profile. So why do you want to earn Success Club? I kind of talked about, the BeachBody leads part of it. But you can also earn trips. And this was one thing that I, as a new coach, I joined coaching because we needed income, right? So we never were able to travel and take trips and flights and things like that. I never allowed myself to even think about that because it was just something we couldn't afford. And, we have 4 kids at home, and so family of 6, it just wasn't affordable. So when that carrot was dangled in front of me that I could win a free cruise for my husband and myself, I was like, oh, that sounds pretty awesome. Like, I wonder if I could do it. So I pushed myself. I achieved Diamond in 63 days, and I got an invitation to take my husband on my first ever cruise. And it was amazing. It was beautiful and loved it. Very happy that I was able to do that. And I've been on 3 of the Success Club rewards trips since then. So it's definitely something to work for. You get money for, it's $10 of your trip money for every Success Club point that you earn. So again, it's a complete rewards trip. The more people you help, the more Success Club points you have, the more trip dollars you earn. So you can get that trip paid for in full. The next trip is Punta Cana in 2017. So any coach who's working their business, earning Success Club this year, is getting trip dollars towards Punta Cana in the Dominican. So it's going to be an amazing, amazing trip. And then obviously, yep.
I was just going to say, for new coaches, get on the wait list for Punta Cana and for Summit. Because if you're a new coach now and you get Success Club your first 3 months, you are getting your 2017 ticket. So the Summit 2016, you need to get on the wait list immediately, and then also get on the wait list for Punta Cana as well.
Yes, thank you for mentioning that. So the websites, it's Coach Summit 2016 for this year. If you can swing it to get yourself there, I would highly recommend you do. A lot of coaches have their biggest aha moments going to Summit. And it's BeachBody's annual convention. And it's held in Nashville, Tennessee this year at the end of July 28th through the 31st, I believe. Something like that. So CoachSummit2016.com is the website to register and get on the wait list for that. And then Punta Cana, I'm not sure what the website is for that. Does anyone know offhand? Tammy or Becca, Amy? Probably BeachBody 2017. Maybe try that.
Or search in the FAQ. That's how I find everything.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely get on the wait list. It's full. There's a wait list. It doesn't cost you anything to get on the list. So definitely do that for yourself. All right. And then, with Success Club, you just are consistently growing your business. If you're not hitting Success Club, you're not reaching people, you're not helping people, which is, as coaches, what we want to do, right? So, just make it non-negotiable right from day one. Decide if you want to hit Success Club 5 or hit Success Club 10, and make the business work for you. It's only 3 to 5 people a month. And I know everyone can do that.
PuntaCana2017.com.
All right. Thanks, Amy. All right. Any questions about Success Club and why that's important? How to do it? No. All right. So next, what do we have up next? Creating great social media posts. All right. This was Becca, right? Awesome.
I suppose I should unmute. That would help.
Right. I've done that before.
Okay. So I guess I don't really know where this, not necessarily a rule came from, but they kind of say keep your, I guess we always talk about Facebook, but this can be any social media, 80% personal and 20% BeachBody. Because you don't want to BeachBody everybody, because they're not going to want to follow you all the time because it might seem salesy. And also, you're trying to create a relationship. You want people to know who you are. You don't want them to know who BeachBody is. So talk about you as yourself, your life. And when you do post about BeachBody, don't make it BeachBody. Make it, I'm an online health and fitness coach. This is you, your business. This isn't BeachBody's business. BeachBody's behind you to help you. But this is you. People want to know you. I do not do 80% personal, 20% BeachBody. It's probably the other way around. I still have a hard time posting so much of my life on Facebook and my kids. But other things that I try to talk about is what interests me. So I'm really big on prevention, preventing diseases. I don't do a whole lot on like the weight loss thing, even though that's what you need to do to help prevent things. But I am into essential oils, no chemicals. I make a lot of my own cleaners. I don't use plastic. I definitely don't heat anything in plastic. So I try to put tips online of things like that, because that's important to me. So if you have something else that's important to you, show that to people and give them those tips. And when I talk about those things, sometimes, I try to ask questions, and I don't have an example right now. I did have one the other day. I was with my crock pot, I was using those plastic liners. And I was like, I don't use plastic in anything else. Why am I putting a plastic liner in my crock pot? But I read an article about tin foil and the stuff coming out of tin foil getting in your food, the aluminum and stuff. So it's like, you do a post about that. And I asked, does anyone else use this plastic, or what other ideas do you have? And you want to get people to comment on your page and like your page, because that is going to get your posts in their newsfeed, which means their friends are going to see your stuff. So more people will see you. So engage people and, ask questions. And don't be salesy. Don't, post a picture that you found on Google of 21 Day Fix. Post your stuff that you got in the mail with a picture of yourself. People will stop and look and relate to you because you have a picture of yourself, not when you went and found online. And add value to that then. You're not just going to sit here and be like, hey, look what I got in the mail, 21 Day Fix. Show them how you're excited about it. Why did you decide to do that? And it can be any program or anything that you get. Why did you do it? How is it going to change your life? What was your decision? So people can relate to you that way. And what I like to do is try to tie my pages together. So on my personal page, because I have a lot more friends, I'm still trying to gain a lot of likes on my like page. So I will post on my personal page a picture of something that I made, and I'll tell them what I made and, say something about it, exciting, it was good. And then I put my link to my like page on there and say, hey, if you want the recipe, pop over to my like page. And then on your like page, when you post the recipe, you can say something on there like my health page to get more updates or for other tasty recipes. Or same with fitness. I'll post like a selfie with something, motivational or how I feel about my workout that day. And then I will have like a video on my like page. And so I'll tell them on my personal page, this ab workout, my abs are on fire. If you want your abs on fire, hop over to my like page and check out this video. And then on your like page, challenge them, say, hey, hold this plank for a minute, or, do something like that. Try to get people engaged.
We might be a little over their heads, Becca, with that. I don't know. Does anyone already have their like page up and running? No. What about Instagram? Are you guys on in like 2 different social media outlets, or are you just on Facebook right now? Just Facebook? Thumbs up. All right. So what I did when I first started, because I was only on Facebook too, is I would do like a lot of likes for information. So I would find a really like enticing picture of a recipe, or make it and try to do a really good job taking a nice picture. And then I would say, I am so happy I found this recipe. It is so amazing. My kids love it, because I have a lot of families on my page, a lot of moms. For X number of likes, I'll share the recipe. So what that does is it increases your Facebook affinity, so that your posts get in more people's news feed. Okay, so you always want to look at how your posts are being engaged with. Are you getting a lot of likes? Are getting a lot of comments? And try to think about things, posts that you can use that will elicit a lot of response. All right. So that was one thing that I feel like I got pretty good at as a new coach, because I really didn't like to invite, and think a lot of us don't really like to invite. I was so nervous the first time I pushed that enter button. I was sweaty. I was shaking. I'm like, oh my God, like I just felt like I was going to throw up. So that's how I felt about inviting, which you guys maybe can relate. So I tried to create posts where I knew who to talk to. All right. So elicit a response. So I would take a picture of my kids in the middle of the day at like 11, 12 o'clock, and out in the sunshine, and thinking about all these moms who were sitting behind a desk at work. Like how, I just did not want to be that mom who was stuck at a job and had my kids in daycare, or had to just figure out something else for my kids. So I took pictures of that and really like tried to talk about the wording, like, just how blessed I felt to be able to be present and be home with my kids and enjoy, playtime with them. And I would look at who would comment and who would like that post. And then I would know who to go back to and say, have you ever thought about, leaving your job to work a home business so you could be with your kids? And that would just kind of ease into that invite a little bit easier. All right. That makes sense? Okay.
And I'm not sure if all of you know this, because I didn't know this until I heard it, that the more people comment on your posts and like your posts, the more they're going to show up in people's news feeds. And that's your Facebook affinity. You want your posts to show up in everybody's page. When they click on that Facebook button on their phone, you want theirs to be first. And I remember when I started like doing 3 to 5 posts every day, and when I would see people on the weekends or something, they'd be like, I love your post in the morning. It's the first thing I see every single time I wake up. And it was like, oh, I'm first. Like right when you open it, that is so cool. So I was like, you need to get people engaged and figure out, most people, it seems, are on Facebook starting Sunday night and all the way through Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, people are busier. They're not on Facebook quite as much. So if you have a really good post, save that for Sunday night through Wednesday, and follow when people, and this will take a little bit of time, but see when people are commenting and liking on your posts, depending on what time you post them and what day of the week. Then you'll know when your followers are on Facebook. So then you can kind of time your post that way. And another thing that I like to do, kind of like what Marsha was saying, but if I have a really good post about a challenge group or a transformation or an invite or something that I really want people to see, maybe like an hour or so before that, I will post something else that is going to get people engaged and hopefully commenting. So let's say you're going somewhere and you don't know what pair of shoes to wear. Take a picture of you with one pair of shoes on and take a picture with the other pair of shoes on, and then slap an A and a B on it and be like, what should I wear with it, tonight?
Even if you do know what shoes you're going to wear, they don't know that you know what shoes you're going to wear. People love
exactly. Right. But you're going to get a ton of comments on that. And then your posts are, in these people's news feed. So when you go and post your really important post an hour or so after that, your post is more likely to be seen in their news feed. Yeah. So just even a simple one, I don't know, do you use Colgate or Crest toothpaste, or do you now go with like Tom's because it's supposed to be better for you, just different things like that.
I did that one, by the way, and it's very controversial. Like, I had no idea people are so picky about their toothpaste. Holy man. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Or like Android versus Apple, like that one always goes over really well.
Yes.
Or like if you're looking at 2 vacation spots, like would you go here or here? It seems like 2 choices is perfect.
Yeah.
Choices.
Right.
Awesome. Thank you, Becca. Any questions about social media and posts, guys?
I have one more thing really quick. I know we're running late. I was just going to say, if you run out of time, schedule your post or plan ahead of time. I remember I would go to bed at night and be like, oh crap, I don't know what I'm going to post about in the morning. And then I wouldn't sleep at night. And then in the morning I'd be doing my workout and I'd be like, I don't know what I'm going to post. I don't know what I'm going to post. So have them thought out ahead of time. So when you get up in the morning and you do that workout, and then you can be like, yeah, I knew you can, bust out a post quick. Because there were a few mornings, it would take me a half hour to do a post. And then I'm like, oh, I'm late for work now. So think about it ahead of time. And inspiration for your posts are going to come from personal development. So I would read personal development before bed, and then I'd be like, oh, that's the perfect idea for my post in the morning. And that would save time. And plan out for your week, kind of like Amy said. If you want to do something motivational on Monday and tasty on Tuesday, or do a recipe at lunchtime or dinner time every day, a motivation early in the morning, a Shakeology at a certain time. So it helps save time and gives you ideas. But I'm done.
So I actually recommend typing your post up. So either you can post it to your timeline and set it to private. And then that way in the morning you can just repost it or make it public. I would repost it because I think it'll do better in the newsfeed rather than just making it public. Or you can save it to your notes in your phone, and then just that way it's just copy paste along with your picture, whatever you want to do for that, and it's done. So awesome. Thank you, Becca. That was super helpful. All right. So if Ashley's still on, our last topic is about ranks, understanding ranks and what's kind of normal and expected as a coach.
Hey everybody, I'm sorry if I cut out. It is severely storming here and I just had a huge lightning bolt right outside my door. So rank is super, super important, and it also comes with Success Club points. So when you are working your business, you are hitting Success Club every single month. To hit Emerald rank, you will be helping at least 2 coaches sign up, whether that is a discount coach or someone who actually does want to coach. There's also a spot, my gosh, my husband, of course, is making a Shakeology, and he never does it this time, and I'm hearing like all these noises at once. I'm really sorry. So for Emerald, you have one person on each leg. So what you'll know is that you will have a left leg and a right leg, and one leg will be a strong leg and a weak leg. And that really depends on where you are positioned. So you'll ask your sponsor coach to kind of help you figure out which leg is which leg. For me, my weak leg is my left leg. So for me, I put my husband directly underneath me right away when I signed up. So this way I have is really helpful for later on when you're building up your business, that you have the ability to have control, because you can't force somebody to work a business. So at least you have kind of that one to play with. So like I said, hitting Success Club is super huge in this. That means that you're helping at least 3 people a month to do that. So Emerald, you have directly 2 people underneath you, one on your left and one on your right. The next rank that comes up is a Ruby. A lot of coaches really surpass this, but it is a rank, and most of the time you will hit this when you hit Diamond. But you may not, so it is an option. So with a Ruby coach, I believe it's 2 people on each leg, Marsha, right? Do you have to have at least 2 people per leg? I'm trying to remember for Ruby. But you have to have at least a Emerald under each leg.
Sorry, I was muted. All right.
Oh, no, that's okay.
An active Ruby, first of all, to have an active coach, they have to have 50-point volume or more under their coach account. So, you know, Shakeology is 90-point volume. So most people are going to get their volume from Shakeology, which is 90. But the minimum is 50-point volume every 30 days required. All right. So that makes them active. So a Ruby is 4 total personally sponsored coaches. And then one of those on either leg would need to be an Emerald coach.
Yep. So then again, you'll have 2 people under each of those people. So it kind of branches out, which is really cool. So again, for you to be Emerald, you need 2 people underneath you, 1 on each leg. To be Ruby, then you need 2 people total on each leg. So 2 on your left, 2 on your right, and then one of those has to be Emerald as well. And then when you hit and you build towards a diamond rank, that means that you have 4 coaches on each side. I'm totally a visual person, so I'm using my hands, so do not mind me. So you have 4 coaches on both legs, and one of those people has to be Emerald. So that's why a lot of people hit the Diamond Coach rank with Ruby, because the likelihood you're waiting on another coach or helping another coach hit Emerald. I hit it directly at the same time, so it really depends on how you're working your business. So again, Emerald, 1 on each leg. You need at least 50 PV to be active, and those people underneath you have to have 50 PV. Same for Ruby, except for you. And one of them is Emerald on each side, and then Diamond is 8 total, 4 on each leg, and then one of those is Emerald on each side. As a Diamond coach, you need 90 PV, so which would be Shakeology. I think it's actually 100, isn't it, technically?
Yeah, it's 100.
It's 100. So usually if you have customer sales, everything like that, you don't have to worry about it. I still check my point volume every week just to double check. But it definitely helps to be in communication and just making sure. You'll see people who are inactive possibly in your downline. They could be waiting for Shakeology. So that's just something that I would just be aware of, because I would freak out every time I'd see someone in red and wonder why they were inactive. I will not deny. Most of the time they were just waiting for their Shakeology to be done. So does that make sense though? I mean, for the different ranks that come up. And then Diamond, you will then venture into helping your coaches become Diamond coaches as well. So that is the process of which my team is working on. That means that you have a Diamond coach underneath you. So say you have 3 diamonds on one of your legs, you still technically are a 1-star diamond. It has to go every other leg. So something to kind of be aware of. And that's why you want to have business builders kind of on both legs versus just one of your legs. And I struggled with that when I first started because they were all on my left leg because it was my weak leg. But so you'll just be building and it helps in the process of building your rank, building your team. And the more you do that, the more you can give back to your team as well for helping them out. So.
Okay, awesome. So there are 19 different ranks within BeachBody. So some people might not realize that. And this is one thing that I know for me as a new coach, it kind of took a long time for me to wrap my head around the ranks. Like all I wanted to do was help people and build a business. So when people started talking about rank, it kind of, I'm sure my eyes glazed over and I got the deer in the headlights and it went right over my head. And like, just tell me what I need to know when I need to know it. That's kind of what I told my upline coach. But I also really love to be able to see ahead, like what's next. So if you're that type of person, that's why I wanted to add this topic in tonight, because I'd love to see like, you know, down the road, like after I do this, then I know that I have this to work towards. So I'm currently a 6-star, 7-star qualifying. So what that means is I have 7 personally sponsored Diamond coaches that are in my first level of my business. All right. And then you need to hold that rank. Once you're Star Diamond, you need to hold it for 6 consecutive weeks for it to be lifetime. As a Diamond coach, you want to hold it 6 weeks for it to be lifetime. And then, obviously during that time, you're still going to help people. You're still going to be building. But the first rank is, we all started a coach. If you don't have that 50-point volume in your account, you can be an inactive coach. So what that means is you have not sold or purchased 50-point volume. It's about $55 worth of product in the past 5 weeks. All right. You do not receive a bonus. You do not receive a paycheck because you haven't sold anything. Right. So our goal is to help you be an active coach. So an active coach has sold or purchased 50-point volume or more in the past 5 weeks. All right. So if you also have sold to a customer, you will receive that volume under your account also. So what Ashley was saying before, as you advance in rank, you have to pay attention to the requirements to maintain that rank. But if you're helping customers, that volume rolls up to your account. Okay. So then after that, the Emerald, Ruby, Diamond, I think that Ashley did an awesome job to explain that. Thanks, Ash. And then after that is Star Diamond. So when you start sponsoring Diamond coaches of your own, then you are advancing to the Star Diamond level. So 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, they go all the way up to 15 stars, the top rank of a coach. Okay. So basically what that means and why you want to advance to the Star Diamond, 2-star is really what I tell my coaches, what you want to work towards. That's really when you start to see an income shift. Okay, so 2-star, really set your eye on that. It's not hard to do. A Diamond is 12 coaches total in your downline. When I advanced my business to Diamond, it was all discount coaches. I was offering the 25% discount to my customers. And of course, they were happy to save money. It saves people about $20 a month on their Shakeology. And some of you ladies on tonight might have started at a discount coach and then decided you wanted to work the business. It's pretty common. So I had my husband was my first coach on one leg. And then I asked a friend of mine who was on the other leg if I could place 2 coaches underneath him to advance his business to Emerald. And then the income that he earned from that, he wanted to run races. So I told him, use the income that he was earning towards the registration for his races. And it wasn't much. I never built a team underneath him. It was just 2 discount coaches. So he was really happy to help me out, and it helped me advance to Diamond. So at that point, then once I was Diamond, then I worked on building my husband to Diamond. So it's just duplicating, right? I already knew how to add coaches. So then I would again work to build myself to Success Club first every month. That's always priority. So I would try to do that in the first week of the month if I could, get myself to Success Club. So that way I had the rest of the month to work on building my husband to Diamond. So then at that point I was 1-star. And then on the other end, on the other leg of your business, I had working coaches that were starting to take off with their business. So then I would help mentor them and help them duplicate what I had already done and just add coaches to get them to Diamond. So once you have a Diamond on either leg, then you're 2-star. All right. So that's really when you start building a team, start taking over leadership of your team. You can open up a second business center, which again, this might be way over some of your heads. But basically it's another one of you. So another coach account that you can control. I basically, signed up, I enrolled for a coaching spot on my own team. So I have a Marsha Smrcka down in my downline, who's another one of me. So I built that account to Diamond. So that also counts towards my rank. So one of my Diamond coaches is me. I'm under my own self. All right. So at that point, once I opened up that second business center, I can roll all of my customers underneath that account. So I'm getting paid multiple times on the same order, if that makes any sense. So it goes, because the volume that you earn money on is exponentiary in your entire downline. So when I help a customer in my second business center, I get paid there. And then I also get paid in my first business center on that same order, which is kind of when you start doing that, you really see your income start to roll over and turn over and work for you, right? So I know this is, again, way over your heads and, maybe months off. But, some coaches I've seen, go from coach to 7-star in 5 months. All right. So nothing is out of the question in this business. It's really, a matter of how many people you want to connect with and help. Amazing things can really happen. So, all right. Any questions about rank and anything that we talked about, I guess, tonight? Open it up for discussion, question, and answer. You guys have questions specifically for the ladies that were on tonight? Was this helpful? You guys are super quiet. Did you learn some stuff tonight? Yes? You can unmute yourselves, guys. Awesome. All right, I'm happy for that. Okay, well, thank you so much for your time tonight. Thanks for jumping on, and thank you to the leaders who joined in and offered your help tonight and your words of wisdom. I appreciate you having me on. So let's rock out this Sunday night. I got my power hour to do. All right, see you later, ladies.
All right. Bye. Bye. Thanks, everyone.